Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Finally, it's the news we've all been waiting for, and that is about the new mainline Neptunia game. So Compile Hard has made a teaser that they're actually going to do a proper announcement in the form of a live stream, which will be March 19th, and that'll be 9 p.m. Japanese time. But until then, there's a couple of fun things to take a look at, so I think we should do that. So there's like a bit of a trailer there, and it's a teaser. It just shows a few close-up shots of some new characters, as well as just showing some old games too, just going through the timeline. And then there's a website, if you go to compileheart.com/neptune/next/dimension, which is a very user-intuitive thing to type out, you can see that there is a teaser page up, and it says to the next dimension. And it also has that trailer there, and then it has some silhouettes with some strategically placed, I guess, reveals or whatever, so you can kind of see a little bit of, some new stuff there with the art. It gives you there the time of the live stream, and then if you just scroll down, you'll see stuff like, all the different games there that they had in the past, the mainline games. So it'll be, Neptunia 1 on the PS3, then Mark II, and then Victory. And V2. Interestingly, none of the remakes are mentioned, even though they, decided to make the Rebirth games, I guess, the definitive sort of first three games. They mention the PS3 games instead, which is interesting. Not that it really matters too much, but yeah, it's been over 10 years. So let's just have a quick look here and analyze a few things. First of all, it says reboot. So it's like, is it a reboot of the entire franchise? That would be quite interesting. It also says to the next dimension. Does that just mean they'll go to another dimension where things are different? Does it even matter? In a way, I don't think it does. I'm okay if it's the current Neptune just going to a different dimension, because in the end, it doesn't make too much difference. But we'll see how they'll handle it. And then with the characters there, we can see, hey, there's a few more going on in terms of goddesses there. So we can see here, we'll just go left to right. I guess that makes sense, okay? I say okay as if I'm waiting for a response. So first we have Noir. We can see there's a little bit of a different outfit going on. Hold on, I'm going to save it to my computer here so I can actually just zoom in. Yeah, so you can see like she's got kind of like a jacket thing going on. So a little bit more of a formal looking dress there. Then we have Blonde here, and then yeah, you can see it looks pretty much like a modernized or different variation of her current outfit. Same with Vert. And now we have a couple of new characters. So I guess the colors will help in terms of figuring out which system they're supposed to be. So this one has a blue outline, or rather color, and then I figured, hey, is this maybe supposed to be like the PS5? Because, kind of the same color as Noir there, and then, PS5 being the current console, it makes sense. And then the red one here, that's probably the Switch. She also has a bit of a hat going on that seems like something that would be from, Louis territory. And it's like, hey, what if it's a PS4, right? But then if you just skip over here a bit, we can see two green outlines here. And with the X here, this is going to be, the representatives of Xbox Series X and S, right? One's a little bit bigger than the other, the power difference, right? So it's like, okay, this is current systems. I guess they'll skip the whole Xbox One and PS4 thing, and it'll just be PS5, Xbox Series X and S. That seems to make sense to me there. And also they've got like little crowns there on their head. So I think, they have this whole classy, regal sort of look that Vert has as well. And then here in the middle, we have Neptune. She looks like she's got her like it's very close to her normal outfit there, but you can see just very slight differences there. It seems to be it's all like a little bit more like formal suits merged with like their normal outfits. That's what it looks like. And then we have here the CPU candidates. Same sort of thing going on. So yeah, Nepgear, Uni. And then see with Ramen Ram, you can see they've got their Louis style hats, whatever you call that style. And that's why I'm thinking this is the Switch over here. But yeah, pretty exciting. We've got finally something new to be excited about. I also saw here an article from Automaton that just kind of summarizes everything. I don't really see anything interesting in terms of what they say. They just mention basically everything we've kind of already noticed as well. So yeah, I guess what we'll do now is just wait a couple of days there, and Then we'll have some more bits to talk about, but for now, I guess we'll just have a bit of fun speculating and thinking about the possibilities in terms of what the next game is going to be like and what the characters will look like and, you know, all that sort of stuff. If you have any more information, even if it's like just speculation, you know, sometimes people bring up interesting points or notice like very little small details that I might have missed there. But yeah, that's the Neptunia news. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video.